Last season, I thought it was necessary to retire this shirt, and it finally feels like it belongs on me again, as this team has got its swag back, especially Rudy Gobert, who was going up against his previous team, the Utah Jazz, who fall to 6-13 now. They were on the second night of a road back-to-back, had no Lauri Markkanen, no Jordan Clarkson, although the Timberwolves were also missing Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards, the two of our best players as well. But we would thomp on the Jazz in this game with an 11-point win, although it was more like 20, and then the starters just tried to go like full-on Globetrotters at the end of the game and turn it over a ton, although we would only have 11 total turnovers in this game versus 19 for the Jazz, which is nice. It's rare that we have less turnovers than the opposing team, but Jazz are the highest turnover team in the NBA. Anyway, it was a nice game that we started off flat yet again. We were down by 7 in the first quarter at one point, down by 12 early on in the second quarter, and then we just blitzed them, tuned up the defense to unbelievable levels, led by Rudy Gobert, as I mentioned, who just, he's taken it personal this year. Like, he is locked in, getting nasty blocks that you did not see last year, really kind of statement setters, and he's playing like situations where he's in one-on-twos so well right now. He's making all the right reads, so much more communication and confidence. And even when people will pass him the ball and he'll fumble it or there's mistakes, it doesn't feel like his head goes down and he's like, gosh, kind of in his own head. He's still confident, and he is a killer right now, which is a huge contrast from last season. Then we got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who was doing just rude things on the defensive end. He had 7 stocks in this game, as well as 4 drawn offensive fouls. So that is just not unlimited, just a lot of possessions that he's gaining for us in these games. And he's just a great run starter because a lot of his pickpockets that he'll get will just instantly ignite fast breaks. He's a great passer in those situations, had, 7+ assists in this one as well. And he can really get us going on runs, of which we'd have multiple 14+0 runs in this game. And also one of those happening in the third quarter, where it would really have our lead balloon up, as we only led at the half by 2. And it's also wonderful to see the third quarter curse that the Timberwolves have just gotten slaughtered by for so long, seemingly flipping completely on its head. Really loving that. Like, our first quarters suck, but our third quarters are looking real nice right now. Who else is looking real nice? Troy Brown Jr. gets moved to the starting lineup in this game. Has a solid one. Nothing too outrageous, but he was good. And then Karl Anthony Towns, leading scorer on the night with 32. Just he, Gobert, and Nah were in double digits even in this game. But Cat liked his approach in this game. He was really punishing John Collins on the block, just scoring bully ball over him easily. Although in the first quarter he would pick up 2 offensive fouls, I thought the first one was kind of a reputation call that was BS, as he was backing down John Collins. And then his second offensive foul is off-arm driving on a guard, Keontae George, and he hits him with his off-arm offensive foul, picks up 2 in his first 7 minutes of play, which could have been detrimental when we don't have Anthony Edwards out there and our scoring is so weak, as even against this Jazz team missing significant players, we only put up 101 at home. As far as other ancillary players, I'm a little worried about Mike Conley and Kyle Anderson. I feel like they're becoming pretty one-dimensional. Conley's only really pulling threes. Kyle Anderson's the opposite. He won't shoot a 3 whatsoever. And their drives aren't real threats. So I think when people catch on to that, that might become a little problematic. And I'm a little concerned about that balance. Shake Milton, another game where he's not shooting the ball well, but I will say as a positive finally for Shake, I thought he had some really good passes to the bigs in this one, had a great no-look over to Naz Reid in the fast break that a lot of players would not make that play, and a great lob to Rudy as well. Also, Conley had some great lobs to Rudy, although his jump shot wasn't really on. Not much more to add to this game. Should have won it. We did. Gotta love it. And we are 9-1 at home. Got a pretty favorable noon duel coming up here. Next game is against the Charlotte Hornets.